Every time you take a step, lift a glass of water, or simply stand up, your body is working against a precise mathematical constant. Earth pulls you downward with a force of 9.8 meters per second squared, what we call 1G. Every bone, muscle, and drop of blood in your body is a piece of biological engineering tuned to this specific value. Evolution has optimized our frames to function within this exact downward pull. If we instantly double, the Earth's mass remains the same, but its invisible grip suddenly spikes to 2G. Your mass is unchanged, but your effective weight instantly doubles. A 70-kilogram person suddenly weighs 140 kilograms. You haven't gained a single atom of new material. Instead, the very mass that gives your body structure has been weaponized against you. This diagram shows the immediate cardiovascular crisis. Your circulatory system relies on pressure differences to move fluids vertically. Under 2G, the vertical column of blood becomes twice as heavy, aggressively draining from your upper body and pooling in your legs. Your heart is calibrated strictly for 1G. It cannot generate the intense pressure required to force heavy fluid back up to your head. This leads to G-lock, where extreme forces drain blood from the brain. As volumetrics hit zero, the brain starves of oxygen. At the exact same moment, your respiratory system hits a mechanical wall. To take a single breath, your chest muscles have to lift your ribcage outward. That ribcage now effectively weighs twice as much. Underneath your lungs, your diaphragm must forcefully push down against internal organs that are also exerting double their normal downward force. Between the rapid drop in brain oxygen and the sheer physical exhaustion of trying to inhale, almost every untrained human on Earth would collapse to the ground within a matter of minutes. Our biology relies on a delicate balance of fluid pressure and muscular leverage to stand upright. Take away the 1G baseline, and that machinery stalls. The physical stress extends immediately into our built environment. Every building, tower, and piece of civil infrastructure must now support double its own structural load. This vector force diagram illustrates why infrastructure fails. Engineers built bridges with safety margins for specific weights, but when the baseline load doubles, those limits are instantly surpassed. Cables snap and older structures crush inward. Out in the wild, large animals face immediate catastrophe. The skeletons of large mammals are not dense enough to support their bulk under a 2G load, causing their bones and joints to buckle. Even the air we breathe reacts to the increased pull. Gravity compresses the atmosphere, drastically reducing the atmospheric scale height. Scale height is a measurement in atmospheric science that describes the vertical distance required for air pressure and density to decrease by roughly 2/3. Because of this heavy compression, air is pulled tightly down towards the surface, making lower altitudes incredibly dense. This concentration of mass traps heat near the ground, disrupting the rising air currents that drive our global storm systems. Throughout Earth's history, large mass and heavy musculature provided a distinct survival advantage. Under extreme gravity, those exact traits ensure an immediate, fatal collapse. Jump years into the future, and 2G acts as a ruthless evolutionary filter. Large mass organisms, unable to move or sustain their own cardiovascular needs, are eliminated from the planet. The ecosystems that remain are inherited by low-mass organisms. Insects, which rely on rigid exoskeletons rather than heavy internal muscle tissue, operate efficiently in the dense, high-pressure environment near the ground. This skeletal comparison highlights the physiological changes required for human descendants to survive. Notice the tall, slender frame on the left. Beside it is the required structure for survival under 2G, a drastically shorter, highly compacted stature. Inside the body, these descendants require highly dense bone matrices that resist fracturing under constant pressure. Within the chest cavity, they rely on a massively enlarged, hyper-efficient heart to keep heavy blood moving upward. Agility and vertical height are no longer biologically possible. They are replaced by absolute brute strength and a low center of gravity. Gravity is the invisible blueprint of the natural world. It dictates how tall a tree can grow, how hard a heart must pump, and ultimately what shapes life is allowed to take.